Welcome back to Asking for a Friend. Welcome back. What up, co-host?
What up? Oh, Jack, what would
all these.
Hey, the studio, let's.
We've never been like
'Cause
this.
I
Next
need
time-
us to be here.
Next time we will move across.
So
Suseletafula slale hip to hip kanje.
Yabo,
What up, co-host?
it's been too long.
It's been
Every time we record, we start off by saying
it's been too long.
it's been too long.
And then we say we're not gonna stop, and then
No, it's your fault.
I beg your pardon.
Take the L.
I can't
I don't want to unpack it to our
by
bahlali.
myself
Take the L.
alone.
One man, one vision. 27 gunshots. Take the L.
Kiliwani.
One man.
Why? Look, unpack it. I feel like
Offline.
we're
Offline.
a transparent
Offline.
platform. We're a transparent platform.
Shining SKL Kawamush.
I don't know, as in, I mean, no problem. I braided my hair for like 2 weeks, and then I just started to feel the heat. Like December was just too hot for me.
And I saw her in December and she looked amazing as well.
Thank you.
You must keep them guessing.
Thank you. I'm just. They're like, oh, there she comes with the braids. Boom. No, I'm behind you with the cheese cup. Now what? Then tomorrow they're like, oh, there she's with the cheese cup. No, over here with the blonde wig. Boom. No, I'm just, I think for me, I'm not too attached to my hair. I'm not as attached to my hair as like regular people. Like people always like, oh, I'm growing my hair. And I always make the decision to like grow my hair. But then like halfway through the year, I'm like, hair is hair. It'll grow back.
Can I tell you a quick story around hair?
Yes.
So I'd always do a brush my whole life. I've done Tinasasiti cuts. I could cut
Yes.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And I've done it one time. I think I was
Is that what's now known as a fade?
Yeah, now it's a fade. But it's we cut.
You cut. It's German cut.
German cut. So I probably was like 8 or something. And I remember my mom forced me to cut a cut.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
And I've just ever since I just had a brush.
Yeah.
And one time I'm listening to DJ Fresh and he's talking about taking risks in life. And you must put yourself out and you must take risks.
Yeah.
And then he says, some people are so scared of taking risks.
Yeah.
They're not even willing to change their haircut.
That's deep,
And he said it and he's like, this is something that's going to grow back.
Yeah.
It might take a month, it might take 2, might take 3.
But it'll grow.
But it'll grow back.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is how you check if a person's scared of risk.
Yeah.
Are they willing to dye as a gent?
Yeah.
Go humble 30 Q-Tex and paint your nails black.
Yeah.
Get the reaction from people because people will judge you.
Yeah.
People shouldn't judge you.
Yeah.
Paint it black.
Yeah.
Go into the world. See what will happen. I'm just saying, Witty, you're so scared that people's opinion of you that you can't even do something that's small. You can't even gundi fade. You can't even dye your hair blonde. You can't even, because you just like, bazotini.
Yeah.
I was present this person.
You have to be this type of person and you have to, and now it's even worse, obviously, with social media. I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Like with social media and perceptions and what's hot and what's not. Obviously what's hot now is lace fronts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
me personally, I'm not a lace front girl, hey.
Why, girl?
So
Ngayizama
ne. So fortunately that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But so the previous year I emceed a friend of mine's wedding.
Yes.
And it was my first experience with the whole lace front thing. I was like, let me go big.
Yeah.
Because this is a big deal.
Yeah. Of course.
This is someone's memory.
Yeah.
Their kids are gonna watch this. So I lace front and it was stunning. But after 2 days,
okay,
I thought, surely there has to be more to it than this. I was so over it. And nigga, they glue that on properly.
Oh, I would say pagama.
No.
You can start seeing.
Yeah, the others that they start
sideburns.
Yeah,
starts doing.
It starts doing
the
like
flaps.
a little.
Yeah.
So it didn't start lifting. Shout out to shower hair. It didn't start lifting.
Okay.
But it was just so warm in there. I couldn't. And to unglue it, I also didn't know how to. I had to Google it to show Guti I'm not even that girl. I had to go to the shops and ask what must I use, and it was rubbing alcohol. And then let's just say I don't think I would do it again. Like if I put on a wig, it'll probably be like a glueless wig. I'm also not a wig girl.
Cultural appropriation.
Hey,
appropriator nini.
No.
Did you see my Instagram post where I put in this Asian gentleman?
Yeah.
Who
who did and he's got
and I've got an afro.
He's got a nappy hair.
I'm a DM
yeah.
a cultural appropriation. Even the comments. he's so wrong. He shouldn't.
But it's just hair, Moss.
I'm like,
and you straighten your hair.
I'm like, how is it that? Yeah, but we have been conditioned. We were forced. We were taught.
And he's not conditioned.
I'm like, fam.
Like
if you know that you were conditioned and taught, then uncondition and teach yourself.
And just leave it alone. And especially now that you can make the decision to say I was conditioned. Get out of that.
I was listening.
Step out of it.
If there's ever anything that brings the races together, it is cultural appropriation. Because it's literally an Asian guy saying, "Hey, I think
that's cool.
I like your hair. I
think that's cool.
Can I also have hair like your? Again, I have my hair."
And the hairstyle, the barber guy was like, "I can figure it out."
Now imagine him going, "I like your language.
Yeah,
I like your. Let's."
But it's the same way.
That's how you end racism.
Especially when you talk about language, the way people get touched when like white people try to talk languages and stuff like that. And then they try to complain to be like, oh, you said my name wrong. But now when I'm trying to say your name, you're trying to be, can we make a decision?
But Rose, here's the thing. There's people that make fun of a language.
Right.
Yeah? So when you have like the whole Sfanaga law and people are saying it in a derogatory,
right.
We get when people are being rude, disrespectful. Mm-hmm. We understand.
No, definitely. I'm not talking about those ones.
I'm saying with you, but I'm saying with you sometimes when people are trying to talk your language or speak your language and they're not able to pronounce words.
Yeah.
Help them. If you can see that this person is genuine, is what they're doing, help them.
I won't speak of a certain gentleman who will always, you don't help me.
Yeah.
Every time, let me tell the people that are here, every time I'll say something, and if he doesn't understand it, his initial response is always every single time.
So clients.
So then I'm just like, this nigga.
So clients who will remain anonymous, shout out to her. I think she's amazing. She was like, no, Pinson, you're not allowed to speak Zulu to me.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Yeah.
She's like, because you're an oppressor with your language.
And
then when I speak my language, you just go.
Exactly.
I was like, but teach me.
We tried to teach him and then he just goes. So let's do this.
That's what I hear.
We're gonna, no, that is not what you hear. We're going to do this. On the upcoming episodes, we're going to have a section where we just speak anything other than Isis Zulu. Because he knows one thing about me. So I'm obsessed with languages. I switch.
And you're a Joburg girl.
Sure. Yeah. But I switch between languages. Even other Joburg girls don't. But I hear you. But I switch between languages because I enjoy speaking to people in their language.
Yeah.
That's one of my love languages. Like when I'm speaking to a Xhosa person, I want to speak Xhosa. And I'll go and I'll do my homework to make sure that I'm correct. So now, in the next coming episodes, we're going to have a section where we will speak. And we're not going to speak Nguni because that's easy to... We're going to go Setswana, Sepedi.
Oh, I'm in there.
It's going to be lit, ne?
And
Chitsonga. And Chivenda.
Chivenda in there.
We're gonna do it.
I can go nda.
You can.
Nda. Abshe.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do that.
I honestly wish, because I was actually having a conversation with this guy that I bumped into, Jim, and we were talking about certain things. Because if you think about it, it's literally keys to unlock different cultures, different understanding, and
absolutely
a whole different audience of people, you know, that you don't have access to.
Yeah.
You know, so if I could drink a pill and troops I understand and speak fluent French, I'd do it, you know.
Yeah.
I'd pay, I'd do all these things, you know. So I think sometimes we're quick to shoot a person down, but not understanding their limitation, because we all have cognitive limitations.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some people that take to language a lot easier than others, or a lot quicker than others.
Yeah.
And some of us, you know, we might need a lot more hand holding.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the other languages and some of the cultures, but for I want to say it's cultural appropriation. Ooh. Or say it in a negative point. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish there's an Afrikaans guy out there that is happy to date one of our sisters and going to take them and look after our sisters and understand the culture. Now, if you go Johnny Clegg.
Yeah.
There must be more Johnny Cleggs.
There must be.
Yeah, the more Johnny Cleggs there are out there, the better. Yeah. I believe.
Yeah.
You know, not to zokanga no sisbetu, but you're here to actually love.
Because then Saglandag.
No, so Glandag.
We'll
meet him. We'll meet, because there's been many cultures that actually just want to take advantage of our sisters, and we've seen it, and we're currently dealing with certain cultures within the South African context. But generally speaking, come love our sisters. Yeah. I don't think there's any South African man that will be very negative towards a group of people that genuinely are interested in learning about our culture. And
also the brothers must also dabble in the other side. You know? Nika kuphi because bayabafuna. Kanjani? Kuphi khona? Where were you?
Bonke abasifuni.
It can't be.
All of.
Not bonke.
Bonke
there is literally a whole demographic.
You know when you as a KZN guy, when you come to Joburg, and for us, the ultimate respect is by greeting Sawubona.
Right.
So and you go and you get that response, oh, Komo Zulu. Komo Zulu. And you're like,
yeah.
I've come to you as humble and with humility.
Right. Yeah.
Sawubona.
But take comfort in knowing that there is now a whole demographic that is specifically dedicated. I myself hold a very, very premium membership of the demographic that is going to die on the Zulu Hill.
Oh,
okay. Me, Bina. I will be the president of the national party of that hill.
Of that hill.
The Zulu Hill.
Guys, I'm so flattered when I hear, because there's so many ladies. And sometimes you don't know what this is a trend or whatever.
Right.
And I've heard so many ladies saying, I'm going to die on that Zulu Hill. And I wish that the Zulu brothers that are out there, now that you've heard that, this is now a reason, even more than in the past, to actually clean up your acts now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
What is this? Hold on now. As the president of the National Party of the Zulu Hill.
Yeah.
Total.
No,
because
no.
No.
As be honestic. Ne? We have to go from they're living in Wesa. And guys, let's carry ourselves as respectful, well-mannered, so that more women can join this association. Because Zulu men, good Zulu men, like I guess any other culture, but good Zulu men, as a Zulu guy myself, if you happen to find one of those, sis,
jackpot. Jackpot.
No, don't jackpot nothing. And I say this.
I mean, you would have struck the jackpot.
But once you have the jackpot, still.
Okay.
You know in English. You must
love potion.
Yeah. Because sometimes people will see that you've got that jackpot.
Right.
And there's criminals out there that want to take your jackpot away.
Oh, yeah.
So
and that's why there's the category of Wesa. Okay.
Guys,
on top of it. Kikopa, in the comment section, just put the location of a premium easily so.
Yeah.
Because I will acquire it this today.
And then, today, Babaga, Nanti Coffee.
Mu finish.
Why else is Bangabadli?
I think there are people that do it.
Yeah.
But I think Abantu, they still just he's my man. He's my man. Because sometimes I can't remember, as you said, as you said that there are good brothers out there. So women sometimes feel, okay, he's a good brother, so I seek his thing. Only if they can see, maybe they're really fighting for their lives. You know what? He's maybe in the Wesa category and I need to try my best to kind of get him back, and then they'll just apply a little bit of Seliso.
As a general.
Right.
We've all agreed men are trash.
Okay.
Ne? That hashtag movement, whatever. Okay, sharp. Can we work off that? Men can be very manipulating. Men are liars. Men are dogs. Based on that, you happen to find your little unicorn of a guy. That's like walking around and finding a pure Rolex watch that was trending the other day.
Or a nugget of actual gold.
Of gold. Why are you just going to leave it good dressing table?
I fucking save.
Why am I fucking safe? And then take that safe and put it in a bigger safe.
Yeah.
And then take that safe to the bank. Why don't you have
safety deposit box?
In a safety deposit box where there's like a T-Rex that breathe fire. Because you've realized what you have.
Yeah.
I don't get that when I look at sisters or brothers or whatever. Yeah. And I'm saying, Wuti, you'll still hear these woke guys saying, oh no, she's on a girls trip.
Is she?
Ogabani. Ogabani, we're happy. That's like literally having a chicken at home and then letting it go and play with the dogs.
And just say, oh yeah.
And then hey, hamburgers or booyah.
Yeah.
No, it's not necessarily good. Your unicorn can change on you. It's the fact that there are hyenas around.
Yeah.
And no one is perfect. So at least you know what, even if the thing gets bitten or what, at least it's eating. Okay. And I look at sisters.
Let me just write that down.
Write down these notes.
Yeah. That's a golden nugget.
I'm saying, Guti, I don't care how amazing you are in area X.
Yeah.
You'll find, Guti, there's 100 people that are more amazing in that space. Or I like her because she can shama vosh.
Yeah.
Sure. Uzophuma lapha ngaphandle. Bakulindile Uncle Waffles.
Yeah.
Agumavosh.
Yay. And all I was from the top of the building from a stage.
Shy back for your vosh. You whatever. Oh, she's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but until your stomach goes so.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
okay,
you don't want to put your person in a space where she can start looking around.
Got you.
Or
and vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Right.
And I see that so many times.
Yeah.
Because the biggest mistake that our sisters do once they find a good man is that you guys post us.
Hey, nigga, don't say that because I'm going on a journey. So, fun fact, just this morning, I put a thing and I put a post and it was actually, I was subtexting with Simpio and Gemma who said, post it, girl.
I'm post.
I'm post.
Let me tell you, and I've said this. If I have picked up that nugget and I'm constantly advertising how amazing this nugget is.
Yep.
Let me explain the difference between
a man and a woman. And this nugget is in the streets.
Let me tell you the difference between a man and a woman. As men, when one of our boys has found his gold nugget and he sees an amazing woman and they do everything together.
Yeah.
You know, as gents, we go, wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I had
that.
No, not that. Something
like that.
You know, men will still napaza your wife.
Okay.
They'll still napaza your girlfriend. They guys, given a chance, guys will still smash Beyonce.
Got you.
The question is, would guys take Beyonce away from Jay-Z? They wouldn't. There's no guy that's out there and saying, shout Jay-Z this thing.
Yeah.
Because now, whatever Jay-Z was providing for Beyonce,
yeah,
you now need to provide for Beyonce. Can you do that?
Are you in that category?
You know? So when we as guys are watching, you guys taking this beautiful gold nuggets of a lady, and you guys are flying to Paris, or you guys are doing picnics, and you guys are doing this, and you guys that have matching pajamas, we go, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Given a chance, I'd still smash and grab, sure,
right?
Because I'm a dirty dog, right? But I'd never take that away from you,
right?
I'll never steal your nugget.
Okay.
I might just take it. Oh my God, it's so shiny. Take a couple of selfies and keep it to myself, and then give it back. Because I can't pay for the security of that gold.
I don't have a safety deposit box.
I have no safety deposit box. I don't even know where to get one.
Yeah.
Nah. There you go. It's yours.
Keep it safe.
Keep it safe. Nah? And then we live here. No one must know.
Right.
Sisters aren't the same.
Okay.
Because sisters are saying, I wish whatever Jay-Z is doing for Beyonce, he could do for me. Right? So when a sister sees a beautiful couple and they're doing trips and they're posting and they've got matching what, she says, I wish I could get that ndanga to do the same things with me.
So Tansiki Gudluze once.
So Usisi will snatch your man.
Yeah.
They will snatch you. It's not just about just smashing that one day and forget about it. Nah. You must be mine. Yabo? And then umshangedliso.
Yeah. Oh.
So when you guys are posting us,
okay,
you guys are going out of your way to go to all these sisters. So you guys go out of your way.
Okay, but now
to do that.
Sharp, how do I show my without showing it off? And I'm not necessarily trying to say, come take my tour, but I'm saying, look, guys, look what I have. And I'm not necessarily, how do I go about it? How do I go about it? Because I really want to like, not flaunt, but I want to laugh out loud.
My DMs were popping. So going from where I was, and then Umuntu started posting and getting a bit of traction on Instagram.
Right.
In my DMs, like 2021, 2022,
2023,
my DMs.
Lit.
Hey, kwaba khona usisi waqala wangiposta komunye usisi.
Yes.
Khona lento ku-Instagram where umuntu mayekuposta
Collaboration.
ufuna ukuthi nawe uyiposte. Angazi ichaza collaboration.
Is Wangamba as the social media manager.
Mese kuthiwa accept.
Ha, boom.
Mese you accept.
You're done.
Hey, ngayibuka lento in a day getting 10,000 views. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Abangifonela.
Yeah.
Not gents. Hey boy. No.
Ladies.
Osisi.
Yeah.
I'm a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I'm a DM. I've never. Within 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, sunje. What?
Ngikwatel.
A person that I haven't spoken to since 2021. I didn't even know that you still had my number on WhatsApp.
Number, but you've called to tell me.
You just get
Yeah.
Or there's that sticker Google WhatsApp where it's a moon face. It's a black moon face. Yes. I don't know what it is.
It's like in the shadows.
It's just
but it speaks so loud.
I cannot explain how many DMs I've gotten because of
based of that.
And I say, Siswam, I'll go beg le nto yenzayo.
Yeah.
Because manje kodlu kuzongena DM uKelly Rowland.
Yeah.
And mangoba uKelly Rowland wow.
What are you expecting? I'm a human being.
I'm but a man.
I am just but flesh.
I'm but
I'm just blood and flesh.
To you. It's mangoba uKelly Rowland angithi wena busy young advertiser somhlaba.
For real.
uKelly Rowland mangashaya DM ngenze njani?
Ngizothini. And ke bangasi mina ke.
Hamba nge-America.
I'm gone.
Yabona.
I'm
so
gone.
wayiphinda futhi lo msangano.
Yeah.
Ithi mntakama. Bangumtshengisa manje uyakwada kusekuphendula yena.
Yeah.
Let me answer. No. You are the one that went and showed the world.
Yeah.
So, if you go through my whole history,
nothing.
There's nothing.
I, for one, as your social manager, was shook. I was like, we had a team call, like, guys, let's get on a Zoom. Libone, Instagram, content. What should we do? Yeah.
But look, at the same time, it also just shows the transition in my life and where I am at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know it means different for me.
Right.
You know, than what it does for. And you know,
right.
Yeah, but so Nami trying to be that example for Zulu men, you know, ukuthi nathi sesikuyekile lokho esasikwenza sesizama ukuthi, you know, it might also maybe keep me accountable.
Right.
You know, where ngizothi ngiyahleka ku DM yasesithizeni mhlawumbe sesithizeni ayibo.
Is this not you?
Even though sesithizeni abanayo leyo moral standing. Sonke sifuna ukuthandwa, guys.
True.
So maybe it might keep me accountable. But I've realized Gucci sisters and brothers do it very differently. And Mina, I'm seeing more traffic in my DMs.
Yeah.
Because sis bafuna ukungisnatch.
Yeah.
Yena DM yakhe sebeyambhora. So by doing that, usubhora machit. She's repelled.
Oh no, the cheaters are gone now.
Yeah,
they've gone to chase someone else.
Yeah, they're like, wow.
Yeah.
So now
because they know that once a girl does that public declaration is huge.
They're just gonna be pausing. Like obviously, gents given a gap, they'll still smash and grab on the side.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll rather just live here and just go. I'll wait. I'll wait my turn.
I'll just wait.
You know, if it does come through, then I'm happy.
It will.
But until then,
let
me just take a chillas.
Yeah,
which has been interesting to study.
To watch, ne?
But ninjena,
we live in interesting times.
Posta machita.
Nina, let me put it this way. Ngizobona phambili. I just want to put it out there. You know, when it's been so long, I will cross that bridge.
Yeah,
has its own, mechanisms to cross. I will find them at the bridge. You know, when it's also been such a while. You know, you get your heart trampled million pieces publicly, almost. You know, and maybe not publicly as in on social media, but publicly within your own space. And it's just been a struggle, you know, because you've got so much going on. Life is happening, X, Y, Z, and whatever. And then you get to a place where you're just like, okay, that isn't you know? And Vela, it is difficult and scary to kind of put everything under public because enemies are many, right? And not everybody wishes you well and etc. But this particular instance, I will just take the chance. The chance is what I will take, because I've also realized that life is too short.
Yeah.
You know, and we keep saying that, but as a person that actually nearly died, life is genuinely too short.
And we had this chat with my brother, and he was asking me about my nose ring. And he was saying, it's so stupid, la 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 la.
Right.
You know, it's so crazy because we've spoken about so many different things. One of which is there's so many dreams, hope, aspirations, goals that you never vocalize.
Right.
That you never say anything.
Yeah.
You know, you sit on it. You know, when you 18, you wish you had a tattoo, but you're scared or you don't have the finances.
Yeah.
And then when you start varsity, you're like, okay, when I graduate. And then when you graduate, you're like, I'm applying for jobs.
Yeah, so now I can't.
So my employer won't hire me if I've got tattoos.
Right.
You know, I remember the one lady at Clicks.
Yeah.
The one time, not throwing shades at Click, but like,
Clicks, it's fine.
Yeah, she would just happen to work there.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think we had this chat.
Yeah, and she was like, you're never going to get a job because you've got tats. You know?
mean the job that I'm working at right now?
You know, so how many kids who are 22 are like, okay, I won't get a tattoo. And then you get into the workspace and you don't, but you still have that burning desire.
Yeah.
You get to 28 and then maybe you become a parent or 30 or whatever. And you're like, okay, what type of parent has tattoos?
Right,
you know, whatever the case may be. Before you realize that in your mid 30s and you still don't have one.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, I'm 40 now. So what's the point?
So what's the point?
And you sit on those things, you know, whether it's you picking up the guitar, whether it's you moving and going to live in Cape Town, but
changing careers, even
changing careers. You know, I was in education for a decade. You know, so for me to pivot, people are like, bro, you know, you're like you this close from being headmaster of one of these big prestigious schools. Like, just give us 5 more years and we will get you there. Nah, pivot. Perfect. You know, so it's those type of things where Njobu Tuguti, I'm gonna put myself out there.
Yeah,
life is so short.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a fucking nose ring.
Yeah,
I've wanted one, and
for the
life tattooed on my stomach.
Yeah,
I still want that shit. So you ain't gonna tell me nothing.
So tomorrow, Thug Life, it is so what it is. It's what I wanted to do.
You know, first off.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Like we have these things.
Yeah, we do.
As if like, and we sit on them and we never do it as if tomorrow's guaranteed.
Yeah.
We sit on these things as if, you know, imposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are imposed and I'm kusasa shaswe pass and we're like, at least imposed at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to live in a space where I'm going to pour as much as, because people are like, hey, bro, Mike hater. And songa sasbonile. I was like, mina bang hater ngisho.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And you think the tears are less?
That's what I'm saying.
You think the pain is
That's
less?
what I mean, Uguti.
You know?
Like that excuse me, that humiliation that had happened before will probably be the biggest. You know, like I don't think I could say touch wood if something else could happen that could hurt me as much. So whether lemo post delete post archive or move on.
And once not delete, since was available for business.
And then the DMs, and then now I'm back in the DM. What's good in the hood?
What's good?
The streets are calling. You understand? So I'm just like, that's how I'm like, Nina, I will take the chance. But I hear you, you know, because it's also kind of scary because it does apply pressure to.
I was merely playing devil's advocate in the initial point.
Yes, yeah. Because it does, but either way, it does somehow apply pressure to you guys.
I have lived this keep your life private life since Facebook. When do we have Facebook?
2008,
whatever it was.
7, 8.
Nah.
Yeah.
So we had, and I never. You've seen every single social thing I've had. I've never posted nothing. No one can say lower nothing. It's always been private.
Yeah.
You know, to a point where I'm like, no, man. There's certain, you know, there's certain achievements. You know, if I've achieved this, I'd like to celebrate with people. Not everyone deserves to be part of everything in my life.
Absolutely.
But there's certain things that I don't need to break my back to make it a secret.
For sure.
Now, because the biggest pain point was when she's saying, and something I've heard from many females before, so I can't post?
Yeah.
Okay, we get you.
Yeah, we're not Tolapi.
When are you living
What
your
about
life?
me?
So I can't be happy.
The only thing is that Konamanja, ik signal and collaboration.
People are still going to reject.
But I'm just saying,
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's there. It's no, I should be able to. Because my thing was Bazotina band. You know, that's not my problem.
Like,
because they're gonna talk anyway. You know, so if you never ever post any person, talk you know, and if you post someone, people will find things that they don't like. Did you see their nails? Their fingernails.
Did you XYZ? Did you this and this and this? Oh, I saw him in the club the other day grinding on what? Wasn't he grinding on who?
Wasn't she with? But people are gonna talk shit either way.
Yeah.
You know. So again, where there's people that don't like the nose ring, people that like the nose ring, you start realizing what you know, man. I actually just need to be the secure. Maybe it might not be the exact word I'm looking for, but I just need to try and just live as honest to me as possible.
Right.
You know, I was actually watching a very interesting documentary, Paris is Burning. I don't know if you've seen it. So I need you guys to watch Paris is Burning. It's about the homosexual, transsexual, LGBTQ world in Harlem.
Okay.
In the late 80s.
Okay.
Rose, it's one of my favorite documentaries. I've watched it like 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, and it's talking about watching the whole homosexual community at that time, or the trans community at that time, living a whole subculture, their lives.
Yeah.
And they like, we can get beat, we can get killed, we can get hit, we can get this, but we still are who we are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes,
they're just standing.
That's a privilege, man. The fact that they can go from one place to another, knowing they can get beat down, but they say,
but
fuck
they're just
you.
like,
we're going to live our truth,
sure,
regardless of how you see me.
Right.
If you like me, don't like me. If you what, but I'm gonna live my truth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you scared ukundi fate.
Yeah.
When you fate, where these guys are putting their lives at risk.
Yeah.
Every single day.
They could die. Like they could just
the one lady, the one trans woman in the show got murdered, you know, while they're making the documentary.
Sure.
You know, and like it's crazy because she never stopped being her. Even like
till the very end.
Till the very, very end.
We fell at the cause.
This is the late 80s, not 2024.
Yeah.
Late 80s.
Yeah.
And you're like, yarr. So when those people become successful and they become, there's this one guy who, Willie Ninja, and he did the whole Vogue dancing thing.
Yes.
You know, and he did the whole trips with Madonna and was his, end up her choreographer and what's what. You become so successful and you become other because you had to fight your entire life. So when you look at Usomizi and you think about the success that Usomizi is, you're like, do you know that this guy was getting death threats?
Yeah.
Just to go saying
everything was a risk.
And he never stopped doing him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He never stopped doing him. He continued being beat up, getting death threats, the same with Otami Dish, the same with David Tlali. They continued being them. And when Usaba poster.
Sabo kundinwele.
Poster.
Just to poster. Because in don't I delete access as a course.
Asinendaba futhi.
Exactly.
Into nje ukuthi khulume manje sithi yo
umbonile umuntu ka
sihleke
bese.
And then
and how does that even affect me? Because then at that time, but Nina, and then what?
But it speaks to a deeper level of how you view yourself.
Yeah.
Your self-confidence, self-esteem, all those selfie, where you actually need to get yourself into a dark room, fuck it deep house, and actually introspect about your life and realize, Guti, maybe you're not that big bad wolf that you thought you were. You know, maybe you are very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Maybe you are very scared.
Yeah.
You know, and especially as Muntu Wesilisa in today's time, what does that look like?
Yeah.
You know, you're putting this big brave persona.
Yeah.
Kanti meanwhile, njobo sabu kundifeti, njobo sabu kushaya puff and shine, njobo sabu kumposter. What is that actually saying about you in relation to people around you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because nazi tabani ziyavosha, ziyapendi inzipho zi.
And they're living their
best lives.
Bestest life.
If you can't draw an inspiration from someone who's literally saying, I'm going to physically change my body.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't represent how I feel.
Yeah.
Inwele ziyakhula.
Ziyakhula.
Khonto mina mangayisika manje ngeke yakhula.
Ngeke zikhula. Iphelile.
Yeah. But there's people
that
but for people to be that confident in self to take that risk, but when it really speaks to a level of lack of self-awareness, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-introspection, lack of something. Ukuthi mohleli phansi ngila ngifisa ukuba la. And this is my truth. When I'm by myself, alone, chilling, this is who I am. I actually want to get that nose ring. I actually want to release a mixtape. Yeah, sure, I'm 45. But ngifuna ukushaya mixtape. Ubheka uSol. uSol usorelease music. So DJ. Oh, Sol.
When?
DJ
this
Sol
whole time.
But again, what other talents do you have? Maybe you want to open a restaurant. Maybe you want to do this. But you're so scared.
You are.
Sitting in your closet. All these 2024, but you're still in your closet.
But you're still in your closet. This actually speaks directly to the topic of the day.
Nice, sorry.
Which is only like 10 minutes left. No, I'm joking. But no, because
my apologies.
The topic of the day was somebody asked us, right? Because obviously we put it out there, Guti asking what you want us to talk about. And comment down below what you would like to see us talk about. But it was asking for a friend how to deal with self-sabotage, lady insecurities within yourself. So it's just that Lento Kuluma is speaking directly to that because we start to do all of these things. The thing about Nuguti is self-sabotage. If you're in a relationship and your person wants to laugh out loud and you're restricting that person, why sabotage?
You're sabotaging the relationship.
You're sabotaging that relationship because I'm not going to stay in a private, I've been in a private relationship. It was no fun, and it wasn't actually, let me not call it a private, it was a secret relationship, but I was the secret. It's me. I was the joke. You know what I mean? And day by day, I felt Guti in the relationship as opposed to the relationship growing. So, people are just asking Guti, how do they overcome those insecurities and that self-sabotage and just ways and mechanisms to try and just work around it to make sure Guti, you still live your best life. You're still true to yourself as well, but you're also out there and you're also experiencing things.
You know what I've realized I realized that most people don't even know that they're sabotaging themselves. Like they have no idea. You're sitting, you're watching TikTok reels till 1 o'clock in the morning. You don't know that you're sabotaging yourself because tomorrow you're gonna wake up groggy and whatever. Instead of starting your day at 7, now your day starts at 9. You don't know that self-sabotage. I look at something I don't know, like let's stick it on social media. I look at people, what they consume.
Right.
You're watching the most toxic shows. You're watching the most toxic platforms or the most toxic influencers because they are some that are really, really toxic. If you constantly watching that, you're sabotaging yourself. The way that you're going to start viewing certain things will affect yourself. So I don't think people actually understand what that actually looks like, and it goes back to introspection. I don't think people introspect. I don't think people sit down and look at how their yesterday was, the wins, the losses, the challenges, whatever the case is, to make their tomorrow slightly better than what it was yesterday. And if you're not introspecting, then you don't even know the things that you're doing to sabotage yourself.
You don't.
Your spending habits, your eating habits, your whatever habits that you're doing, you're going to realize every time in the month you pick and pay, instead of getting 10 with 2 liter juice, I always have to buy the small one. That's sabotaging your budget. Every time ngiyalana ngiyofuna ukuthenga istarter nesalad nalok, you're sabotaging your whatever. But I don't think people understand what that is.
What that is and how and what that looks like, because it looks different for all of us.
It has to look different for all. So when you're in a relationship and I say, please don't post, I don't realize, Guti, I'm killing the relationship because there's that fire in you that's slowly dying. I don't realize that. We never have these conversations with others. We never have these conversations with self. So I'd always just started with introspection. Like break it down in different areas of your life. Look at yourself physically. Look at yourself emotionally. Look at yourself psychologically. Look at yourself financially. Break it down into different pillars, and then ask yourself, Guti, where tally table, win, lose. What am I doing right financially? What am I doing wrong financially?
How can
These
I
are the things that I'm sabotaging my life financially. Morally, a lot of guys don't understand. Guti, sabotage, boy. Every weekend, different someone else. You don't see that sabotage? I was saying this to a good friend of mine. I was like, bro, do you think sisters think it's cute that you've got a body count of 100
like
plus?
Really a good look in your mind?
I'm not a sister. I've never been a sister. I don't know how to think like a sister. But like you having been with all these, like, is that a plus?
Yeah.
Like a sister walks next to you and goes into any bar and you hugging 50 different girls that you've been with. Does she go,
whoa,
saucy?
No.
Is that appealing? I don't know. I've never heard a sister that uses that as a point of a tick.
Yeah.
When she describes a man.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
So this is you sabotaging yourself.
Yeah.
You know, all these ladies that have access to you, man, just saying, like you're a can of Coke at a store.
True.
Whenever they call you, you come running.
You just come running.
You're available.
Yeah.
That's self-sabotaging in a way. You know, like
it is.
So, excuse me. And a lot of our brothers don't even know that it is what it is. You know? They don't even know, which is the fact that you are out there every weekend drinking yourself into a stupor until you black out. It's self-sabotaging. But if it's so cruel, if it's any weekend, they don't understand Uguti constantly buying bottles for all these random girls that you've never met is self-sabotaging. Because there's a whole community of people that be like,
yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah,
and they will take you off this pedestal that you've put yourself in, and they'll see you as lesser.
Yeah,
you know. So I don't think a lot of us know what it is.
You know, that's actually a really good point, and a point to just leave it at that, because self-sabotage and insecurities and how they affect us looks so different for all of us. Once you introspect, you'll be able to identify, okay, this is where I'm lacking. This is how I can improve that. Do I still want to even carry on with that? Because a lot of times that's also another form of sabotage, where we're thinking, Uguti, no, I must just improve in one area. Sometimes you just need to let something go.
Let's cut it off.
And just do something else. As you were saying, Uguti, pivot, you know. Did you want to be a headmaster? Maybe not. Maybe you did. And then maybe you just, you know, you realized, will I be happy? Because that's 20, 30 years, just a headmaster for the rest of your entire life.
How will future parents feel about
Ganjan,
that?
you understand?
We am
sabotage. You know, sabotage current person, live future person, you know, and then of course you're letting down past person who also worked hard to kind of be this person, a well-spoken person, a person that can be out there and be in a different industry. So I think that's a very good point to just say, to just start with self-introspection. What is it that's affecting you, and how do you feel like you can improve yourself? Because that's where you start to say, okay, I'm sabotaging my career by not working hard. I'm sabotaging my content creation by being controversial. I said it. I'm sabotaging my relationship by, not being if my person's love language is laugh out loud, let me just try. You understand? Because Liana somewhere, somehow, meet her halfway. So self-introspection, it all starts with you. Yeah, it really does start with you.
Is that where we're ending today?
I think that's where we're ending. I want to end it off like this though. So for every episodes are gonna come out on Fridays. So, and Mondays maybe. Hey, listen, we're just trying. But I want to start off like this. So for each episode, I want us, either if we're gonna do it in the beginning of the week or the end of the week or whatever, I want us to do a segment called high low, which means you'll tell me a high and a low of either your previous week or the week before or the month or whatever. So because this is our first episode, let's do high-low for 2023. Well, with the highs and well with the lows. Doesn't have to be a lot, can be just one high and one low or two or three.
I think high will always be family. You know, I think the way I ended my 2023, the whole December was just with my kids.
Yeah.
So that's an absolute high.
Right.
Absolute high. The low we'll talk off camera.
Okay. Hey, because the lows were low. Hey, boy, 2023, you know, 2023 deserves to be locked away in a vault and never spoken of. So my high last year was my first full year operating of my business. Bang, 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 bang. So that was it was one of the scariest things that I've ever done, because I think before I'd just been here, there, and everywhere and whatever. But last year I got the opportunity to be fully operational, and it was dope to see from just one artist.
Oh, yeah.
The one who started it all.
Yeah.
But to go from like one artist to like 10
That's
people.
amazing.
Do you understand? So it's been quite an amazing journey. So that was my high for 2023, because it was such a consistent high. Like, God, no matter what was happening in my life, no matter how depressed I was, no matter what mental breakdown I had, because I did, the business was just businessing, which I'll be forever grateful. The low off camera, but no, I think the low was really, funny enough, like the insecurity of the whole business thing. Just feeling fearful, because obviously I'm coming into an industry where I've been working as an employee. I'm not here to steal anybody's business or whatever. I'm not in super direct competition with who I was working for. In fact, I can leverage with them and stuff like that. But it was just, it played some serious mind games, at some point where I was like, I should just close shop and just call it a day. But yeah.
There's also crazy levels of like imposter syndrome as well.
Because that can be part 2 of this episode. Harakabuaka imposter syndrome, that's a whole 2 hours.
That's a proper 2 hours.
That's a whole 2 hours just trying to explain that, because every time, whenever I would get a call from a prospective client, when I hung up the call, I would have to go to sleep. I needed to sleep, because if I tried to deal with it right there and there, my self was on you're not going to be able to do this. All my resources, you're not who you think you are. They're just testing the waters. Literally self to self. And I would have to, every time, it's the strangest thing. My assistant thinks it's the funniest thing, but I have to sleep, because then I'll wake up and then it's as if it's a new day to me. Because the imposter will just step right in. Like, I'll walk into a boardroom and I'll see, and they'll be listening to me, and I'll just be, but then all of a sudden it just plays.
It's a mind game.
It's imposter syndrome. We'll do an
episode.
We need to do an episode and get an expert in here who can just kind of unpack it for us.
It's me.
You're the expert.
It's me the expert. I'm the expert. I
And
know
what-
I've dealt with that.
Oh my gosh.
Imposter syndrome. And I was listening to David Goggins, and he always says it's just a mind game.
Yeah.
There's no difference from people who, whether you earn 20K a month or whether you earn 80K a month. I've realized, and I've seen it. You've seen it how many times?
Yeah.
Agency where people that are doing the exact same job.
Oh yeah.
Exact same job.
Exact same.
One is earning 25, one is earning 55.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's a mind game.
Yeah.
It's all about how you talk and how you what and how you see it in the same soccer team. There's people in a soccer team that's earning X and people earning Y. It's a mind game.
It's such a mind game. Yeah.
How is it that this YouTuber has 10 million followers and this one has 300? It's a mind game.
And I'll say it, since we're closing off, I will take the L.
Oh.
Because I ain't scared. Okay. I ain't scared. Okay. I'll stand. I will take the L. And a huge part of it from the very beginning, I feel like when I first met you, you already viewed me as this self.
Yeah.
Which was so terrifying. Because
Even
I was
more
not
than the self.
Because
to
I
be
was
honest.
Hey.
It's a fact though.
But thank you. But I couldn't even picture it. And so because it was so scary, I felt like there needed to be a good 5 years before getting to this self. And only to get introduced, not even Wuti, she's going to be fully operational and whatever. And it took so long. And every time you were like, let's record, let's do this, I'll be like, no, we need a camera. No, we need lights. No, we need. And you would just be like, no, let's just do it. Let's just
We'll
do
figure
it.
it out as we go.
And all of that. And a huge part of that is that, it's the perfectionist in you, but it's also, it's the scared you.
Yeah, of course.
Because you see what's out there and what people are doing, you're just like, I don't want to just be there on the side. You wanna, chill with the big boys. So I think my biggest thing was that for this year, I want to do everything that petrifies me. I did another thing that petrified me last year. I entered a pageant.
Girl.
Hey.
Guys. Akamuhle girl. Banomona bazobanomona.
It was terrifying, but it was the most liberating experience.
I can imagine,
and then afterwards, like, even though to not win, but then to get named the ambassador, which means you are the forever person of that brand, which was so big. And it just goes to show, Guti, had I been too fearful, I wouldn't have entered. I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been, creating the pedestal and the platform for other women as well. So I will take the L, and I will commit myself to no longer sabotaging this podcast. Because the funny thing is, I'm the one, I created the graphics.
This podcast is going to be the best podcast.
I know.
Everything
it's going
is
to be
just aligned. We just need to, both of us, just be a bit more consistent.
Yeah. No, we're going to show up. And Jesse from Jester Studios, shout out. That's where we are. That's where you see, as you can see, the camera quality and the angles and the, you understand. So shout out to them. Libona Butler keep accountable. But accountability is everything. I will take the L. And I will no longer. Oh my gosh, you feel like a manager because now I've taken. So thank you for watching. This was dope.
No, I loved it.
This was dope.
I missed this.
I missed it too.
And we have to rules.
We're going to.
You know. So.
No, we really are going to. So to show what I'm committed, I've already booked like the next 5 episodes. So we just need to show up and we just need to record. So comment down below what you would like to ask us or what your friend would like to ask us, and then we will take it from there.
Guys, from my side, just make sure that you just share this far and wide, you know, engage with the community, you
Please.
know, Santanda, we really do appreciate the comments. We appreciate the suggestions. And if there's things where you actually want to say, okay, maybe I don't really agree, you know, let's engage, let's talk about it, let's unpack.
Absolutely.
You know.
We're also on YouTube as well, so subscribe to that as well. Maybe we can be as famous as this YouTuber sitting next to us one day, because Wenza isn't Ezzy Mercer. So we're also on YouTube, Asking for a Friend, the podcast. So follow us on there, or subscribe rather, turn on the notification bell. The other videos are up there already, so you can start there. We will be available on Spotify and all the other stuff. So thank you so much for watching.
Out.